Been a while since we've seen that. So, I'd like to do a little strive today, but we're going to do something a bit different. Rather than just play, a new character that's out, I wanted to go over some replays that I've been saving as I've popped back in, and just kind of analyze my play a bit and cringe at my older self. So, I'll meet you over in the replay section. Alright, so, I've saved a few here, played a few different characters here. I started off dusting the rust off by playing Baiken, who's probably my main. So I think we'll look at some of these first, and then we'll go from there. So starting with this first one here. Alrighty, they skipped the intro, I guess. So I immediately open up with a pair here. I have our input shown here, which does kind of cover the HUD a little bit, but it's kind of nice to show just how much I mash, and in some cases, or how some other opponents might mash. I fear I should put it up there just as may as well. It's a little messy, but anyway, so yeah. Fighting a Kai, I fought a fair few Kais, and like Kai's a pretty, all-round character. You kind of know what he's about. But, trying to get back in the swing of it. Dust off the rust with Baiken here. And then he pulls a dragon install, which you don't see much of because it's not very good and worth it. And part of me is thinking, oh, this dude must be, like, trying to, like, style on me. And so I can't allow that to happen. I have to take him out. So I'm trying to space him out a little bit, get a throw, and then just kind of bonk him at the end there. So we're doing okay. We got some decent, momentum to start. And he pops me up with this. And I'm still trying to get, like, better at, like, having a decent, like, getting the most damage I can out of combos with Baiken. I feel like I do a lot of the same things, and I don't always know why. And he's mashing like crazy, trying to get, like, anything to come out, it looks like. Which I'm more than guilty of that myself. I actually get him with the tatami mat here, and then here we go. Boom. Just parry that. Just get out of here with that. That's like my finest moment. I really, really like that from that match. So I think I did okay there to start. I think you can see that my opponent was just maybe a little too mashy with certain inputs, and maybe he was just trying for a super the whole time and it just wasn't coming out. But I think that's a decent one to start with. Okay, so we got another one here. They skipped the intros again. This is a Goofy Goober, the Leo or Leo. I don't see many Leo players for whatever reason. But then again, I don't play as much as I probably should. So, I played a full set with him. I'm only saving this one replay. This was like a really passive Leo. I am not used to Leo players just not, like, being aggressive, which kind of just let me run my offense a lot of the time. But, I'm also making some pretty liberal use. I use the Kabari, like, extend, you just hold the button down, I go past people, and then I can throw them. Like, I try to do that, but he gets me there. I was being a little too predictable with that, maybe. Because you're really unsafe if they block it, so I probably shouldn't even do the follow-up half the time to mix it up a bit. He's pretty good at anti-airing me with that big old, chest hit. I almost had some there, but I couldn't quite finish the combo, but I still finished the match anyway. Let's see what else we got here. So yeah, I go past again, I throw, but he's ready and he's able to punish me. So at this point I'm now failing because I'm just doing too much of the same things. Trying my best to open him up while we're tethered, it's not really working out. Go for the tether again though, and then he just bursts out of it. Very smart. I get the tether anyway again, and now we're stuck together. And he's able to go into his super mode, and I just burst that away. So he didn't really try to, like, do side switches all that much or anything, didn't do a lot of projectiles. Like, I don't know if they're new with Leo or what, but it felt like they were just not using most of his kit and just kind of letting me run wild. I don't know if they were just trying to respect me a little too much or what. And yeah, the one time he goes past me, I just grab him. He was a little too high up for that combo, so I probably shouldn't have done that. And then he gets his super off here. So, now we're 1-1. For this round, anyway. Let's see what else we got here. So now he's a little more aggressive, and hey, he's in his stance. But then I just immediately parry him out of it, so that was kind of cool. I felt good about that. You can't really parry that first hit if you're too far away, though. The distance will just kind of deflect it. Decent trade on my part. I shoot the gun, but it goes too far, so that was not the best usage of my meter there. I'm jumping in too much, and I don't respect that he has some pretty good long-ranged aerials, and then he's able to punish that. And yeah, you can just keep kind of going nuts. And yes, I deflected there, and I couldn't do anything, so not the best usage of it. If I was good, I would be doing like the Tiger Knee Yozansen to like do the instant overhead when they're crouching like that, because yeah, I can't do anything else overhead-wise. And then he hits me with a super again. So I'm still in this. And I managed to take him out there at the end. That was pretty close. So, yeah, I was just, he was kind of starting to adapt to my, like, throw mix-ups and stuff, but still wasn't, I think, as aggressive as he probably should have been. Okay, so I'm going to show a whole set with this one, which see, they actually keep whether or not you skip the intros in the replays, which is kind of funny. But yeah, we're fighting a Sin here. We also have a instance of the dub not quite matching the subtitle there. What are you gonna do? Yeah, Sin, you know, got a new lease on life with this latest patch. He's a rushdown machine, as I am immediately finding out here. And he's just kind of going nuts. So I have like no experience fighting other Sins, so I have no clue what's safe and what's not. But I get a throw off here. I not the cleanest inputs for my. I knock people. I get people with a throw. I think I tried to parry there, which is actually no, I was still in combo. But I try to parry one of these and it doesn't work out for me. But yeah, I do a lot of throws, and I'll do the Yozan or I'll do the Tatami, but I don't really know, I guess, the proper times to do that, because you're supposed to like do that to force them, I think, to like block it, but then you do something else. But I'm not quite understanding the methodology of when and where to do that. I kind of die for it a little bit. And he's just hitting those buttons. I'm respecting him a fair bit, and then he gets the Tyrant Barrel. Gets the wall break. Not done yet, though. And I think I try to parry this, and it does not work. I don't know if that counts as a projectile or not, since you can't parry those. But I was also, I think, just too far away anyway, so that was not the best one to start. So that was a pretty swift defeat. I was just clearly not understanding his pressure. So let's go to the next one, and we'll see how that goes. Okay, so second match then, with this guy still. I guess he doesn't want to skip the intro again. Which is fine. So let's see how this one goes. Trying to space things out a little bit more here. I was trying to do Yozansen, I think, to go over him and hit him from beside, but it didn't quite work. Yeah, his far slash is pretty good now. And he's doing the new mechanics, the Wild Assault. He didn't get the perfectly timed one. I almost got a good extension off of that. I missed that last hit. Yeah, he's making liberal use of the Wild Assault. And then I'm just dead there. At that point, just a lot of damage really quickly. I wasn't bursting when I probably should have. Of course, I couldn't sometimes because of the Wild Assaults, so you gotta be careful with that too. So yeah, his far slash just seems to be faster than mine, possibly, or just I'm slow. And unfortunately, not the best with that follow-up. Yeah, I should not be doing that when we're that close, because it does not hit. So that's one thing I have to work on, I think. Knowing what distance to do what follow-up. And then I try to go for the throw mix-up, but he, I guess, knew it was coming. And then that ends up saving me, kind of, but I couldn't really do anything about it. I was too far away. He's able to just instantly recover and just go on the offense again. And then I got my super, which gives me some invincibility at start. So I could interrupt his stuff there, and you saw me kind of mashing like crazy to get that out. So yeah, I'm trying to find the answer to his barrage of attacks. Safe jump, draw out some Kabaris. And that dive kick is not very safe for Sin, from what I've noticed, but I didn't quite capitalize on that. And yeah, just kind of more of the same. I'm in the blender. And I don't have the burst meter for it, but I could have probably tried to use like Deflect Shield, but that ends up being a perfect, so that's not we're 0 for 2 now with this one. So I have one more match in here. Let's see if I can pull out a win for that set at least. Okay. Now we're finally skipping these intros. So, getting some good damage to start here. That's a decent thing. He does the Deflect Shield immediately. And does it again, so now he's like completely out of burst meter, basically. But he's getting a lot back because he's got low health. You know, I burst early. Knock him away. And then I do my super at a good time. So that's pretty solid. So he's almost dead. And then somehow was not able to actually beat him out. I think I got slowed down by the Roman cancel there. But take him out with a throw. So that's okay. We got a round on him. We got momentum. His anti-air just gets me pretty good. That's got pretty good range. Able to throw him out of his dash up. Hit him with the Tommy, but he hit me, I think, so I couldn't really do anything. He's got his good. I think he tries to eat, which you should not probably do as Chip, or excuse me, as Sin. Jeez. Yeah, I'm still. And then this was not a good super to use. That's a waste of meter. But I do get this off, so I did kind of trip him up with that. So we finished a round, and basically all I seemed to learn was just keep him pinned down so he can't pin me down. So I still clearly need a bit more knowledge of the Sin matchup, but I at least was trying to, you know, super while he was, you know, having gaps in his pressure, but that's a little difficult for Baiken because he doesn't really have a lot of metered options. Okay, so we got another Ryuki here. Cool color. Immediately gets me with those big buttons that I just don't respect. Throw does absurd amounts of damage. Alright, get my Yozansen there, but he bursts me out. So I gotta get in and do some damage, but I gotta be careful. So I'm not, again, not doing very good with the follow-ups. That's not like when they're popped up in the air like that, I'm not timing it correctly, I guess, to hit. I'm trying to vary up my jumps a little bit to hopefully catch him, but so far it's not been working. That's a last second. Ooh, that was almost something. That was almost cool. But I do grab him at the end here. I think she has an OTG. I don't know if I could do her Crouching Dust or her 6H. I think can also hit on the ground. I probably could have done that too. We close out that first round. You can throw him out of this. I do the tatami, but then I end up in the corner, which is not great. He throws me again. Like, look how much damage the throw does. It's so ridiculous. I mean, mine is ridiculous too, but he has way more health than I do. I don't know why I went for the parry there. That was not the best input. I could tell he was doing something. I don't know what that was supposed to be. That was not the best usage of meter in that case. He's going to go for his super, which somehow misses. I feel like it probably shouldn't have. But we somehow close out both of those rounds despite a lot of input errors. He couldn't quite capitalize on some of those errors. But I also couldn't. There were times I probably could have punished him and I didn't. So let's see how the next one goes. Okay. Round 2 here. Or match 2, whatever. Use my big old bonk stick from a distance. So he's very much respecting my space. but backs himself up in the corner, but not that he needs to. Now he's out. But now his blood's really high. I think it's going to pop here, which I was not paying attention to in the moment. So he just loses a ton of health now for, like, no reason if he had just been better at his blood management. I get the Ozansen. I almost get a combo off of that, but was not the best timed. So now he's going nuts on blood usage. And then I just kind of forced to spend my burst right there, which kind of sucked, but I was kind of panicking. I needed to close out that win. But now he has a fair bit more burst than I do. Immediately goes into that. And yeah, I did not realize... I think I was trying to do something, and I guess he got me. So that might be safer than I thought. So he seems a lot more alert at avoiding my mix-ups with, like, throws and stuff. Except for that time, I guess. And he's just kind of going ham on buttons. And I forgot that's a high-low, or a... I was blocking. I blocked the first hit and didn't realize that I had to block the second the same way or something. So that was a win that didn't need to happen. And then this happens. I don't know what he's going for here. He's kind of just going nuts. I just sit there and let it happen. Like, may as well lose half your health bar for nothing. He tries to throw me there. I was able to avoid it, but then he gets me with that. So now he's just kind of going all out with his blood. And I don't really know how to deal with the pressure. Because now he's doing the Fukio mix-ups as well. I'm nearly dead. I'm going to have to close this out. And here's a super I did not want to happen. And I pretty much die for it. So, not the best inputs on my part. I kind of just fumbled, but also wasn't aware. Like, it's like he flipped a switch and was just suddenly in my face in ways I didn't know how to deal with. So, I'm not sure what the answer was there. I just need to know more about when he's vulnerable. I keep trying to punish his little Beyblade spin, and it just doesn't... It's not happening. I think that might be safe. So, that's a lack of knowledge on my part, I think. Okay, so I got a couple of these with this soul here. It was like the last set of the night that I ran. And Soul's, like, you know, I fought enough of him to mostly know what he's doing, but it's always cool to see one, because you don't see nearly as much of him anymore after Season 1, and how he used to be. So let's see how we start here. So he immediately bursts, which is probably... I almost got a better conversion off of that. That's okay damage. Yeah, a lot of people just burst the first hit, and I probably should do that too, but I like to save it. Okay, a decent combo extension there. I probably could have Roman canceled, but we weren't quite close to the wall, so it probably wasn't the best use. And then I wasn't prepared for that overhead from the Bandit Bringer, and then he's able to get some decent damage off of that. And then somehow I missed that Yozansen entirely. Knock him away, because I'm starting to panic. And then that gun was, I think, supposed to come out a little earlier, but at least kind of kept him off balance there a little bit. I'm doing a lot of jumping, which I probably shouldn't do, because he has a good uppercut. And then he's able to throw me out of that BRC. So I do another gun, but that was, I think, a little too obvious. I'm just kind of going nuts. We're both kind of going nuts here at the end, and he gets me with his sweep. So that was a pretty knockdown, drag-out round there. I know I can't really challenge Fafnir. I really should be doing more of those Yozans, yeah, like that. But then he anti-airs that, so that worked out for him. Okay, I get okay damage there. We got out of the corner. There we go. I probably could have done a little more there. And he goes for a gold burst, which is very scary, because now he's going to build up a lot of meter. But he's backing off, so not as much meter as he could have. And then I try and go for another air combo, but didn't quite have enough to finish it. I did not expect that to happen. I don't think he did either. I somehow didn't get hit by that super, which could have really been bad for me. So we've survived to a third round. And now he's really just kind of giving me a lot of space. I wasn't prepared to do much out of that space anyway. And I don't know why I did Wild Assault there. I keep forgetting that exists as a mechanic, even though she has a pretty good one. So, that's a decent trade for me, keep him in the corner, but I let him out. And he's going to get, I think, some decent damage here. That's okay. But I know Soul can do more. And now he's got the wall break, so he's going to have the meter advantage. And yeah, I'm trying to do the gun. And that was not the best usage of my thing there. I tried to deflect shield, but then he Roman canceled anyway, so it didn't matter. A crazy throw at the end there, and then I managed to convert off of the Yozansen, so that was pretty clutch. So that was a bit of a scramble on both our parts. That felt pretty even. I was feeling pretty good about that. So I have one more from this set here. Okay, so second one here. Let's see how this goes. He's got his good anti-air there. Gets me right to the corner, so that's pretty scary. And I'm not entirely sure how to handle, like, you know, Bandit Bringer, but I'll be able to sneak past him there for a throw. We got another gold purse, which is always scary to deal with. That's not the best use of that Roman cancel, but he's got plenty of meter at this point anyway. I burst, and then he burst baits me, so that's not great. And then that Volcanic Viper just kills me outright, so he played fast and loose with that meter, but it worked out for him there. So we're both respecting people. I don't know why I did Tatami there. I get him on the follow-up he wasn't expecting, I guess. So we'll get him out of that. And I think I actually get a decent combo here. There we go. Just end it a little early, get that super for the extra hit, knock him out, get positive bonus, so now we can kind of be oppressive. I backed up thinking he was going to like uppercut, but he does not do that. He just goes in. Gets a good throw. And I just gotta be, and then he bursts me to keep me in the corner. And now I'm kind of scared. And I do a bad gold or yellow Roman cancel. And nearly kills me. This is going to come down to the wire here. And I just do a panic gun. So now we have one more to go off of now. So that was... I kept my burst, which is good, though. And he doesn't have his burst, so that's good on my part. We're both kind of trying to space each other out before he finally gets in. I think his up-close options might be a little faster than mine. But I think I have more range, so I probably should be using my range a bit more against him. I burst because I know he can kill me for sure. Decent combo off of that. I back up. I could really be trying to anti-air those. Just as he's doing. So he's going to start using gun flame as a pretty good spacing tool. And I should be trying to use the gun through it, but I think I'm screwing up. But then he does Dragon or the Heavy Mob Cemetery, which I'm not thinking of how to properly punish that. This is coming down to the wire, and he ends up finishing me off there. So I was clearly panicking. I wasn't dealing with his zoning very well, which Baiken doesn't have the most answers for. But I still think I did okay in this. It was still a bit of a scramble, but that's the big thing for Baiken, I think, is I have to play in her range a bit better and find ways in. So I have to experiment with, how to best use her options there. But with that said, I did play a little bit of Sin the other day too. So let's go through some of those, and I'm just gonna spoil right here. I didn't do very well with a lot of these matches because I don't have nearly as much time with Sin, and fought some pretty good people, I felt. So we'll see how these go, but we'll start with these two against Happy Chaos. Okay, so what's funny is that I know Happy Chaos is very infamous as the best character in the game since he came out, and he's just the worst ever. I don't fight him at all online. I don't see them when I'm on, which is probably because I'm just in the low-level towers and he's a more technical character, but like, this is like the first time I fought a Happy Chaos in like, actual years. So I'm trying to figure out how to get in on him, kind of in real time here, with a character I have not used much of in a while. And this guy clearly is still learning as well, which is, you know, I'm not trying to diss them, because this is... I still think Happy Chaos is a tough character to get right, at least at my skill level, because you have to manage bullets and concentration and your tension on top of everything else. And I don't know why I went in the air there. Something I have yet to learn with Sin is that he does not have the best like air combo options, I've noticed. I'm surprised his OTG's here, but it did. So I was able to get in and do some damage, but he closes out that first round. And I don't know how to quite stop that curse ball yet. Like, that feels like a guarantee, yeah, you're just going to get me. And the best thing I really have to do is just block and walk up, but I'm kind of running and being a bit rushing. And I don't know what I was doing there. I got a little extra damage, but not the best combo extension off that RC. And he's able to just carry me to the wall anyway. You do notice they did change him a little bit with the last update. He does not do nearly as much damage with his gunshots from afar anymore, at least. And yeah, now he is out of bullets, and I'm trying to rush him down, but he puts that clone out, which is pretty good. And couldn't quite tech off the wall yet. And then, I don't know if this actually hits. Yeah, this does actually hit. So I do manage to actually win a round here on kind of a panic super off of that one hit. That was pretty gutsy of me to do. Alright, I got a decent drag down. I was too far for the beat driver, I think, or I just didn't time it right. He's like hitting all the buttons, it seems like, for whatever reason. I don't know why. He must have some weird macro or something. I burst to get him away from me. The thing is with bursting Happy Chaos is you're now full screen, and that's kind of where he can just keep you out. So I'm trying to use Elk Hunt to see if I can get past the bullets, and that does not work. Yeah, he was able to hit me out of that even, so yeah. I'm not sure what Sin's like options are to get out of there. Like, the best thing to do is just to wait him out, and I was just not being patient enough, so I don't think that's the worst start to a Happy Chaos fight when I haven't fought the character like at all. But let's see if we can push that plot forward with the other one, so I'll skip to that one. Okay, take two. What have I learned? I do anti-air immediately, but then he has burst, so now so I won the first exchange, and now we're just at his ideal range, which is not great. And I'm just letting him kind of shoot me and go nuts here, but now he's using up all his bullets. Get his clone out of the way, but he's able to still curse. Like, that curse ball is really good. It's I think low-key one of his better moves when you think about it, because it ties the rest of his game plan together. So he's able to, I think, get a wall break off of this. He didn't do a super or anything. He could have done more damage and maybe even killed, but I wasn't sure that was going to actually get through that when I did that, which is kind of funny. Not the best Roman cancel either. I may have, if I did a dash Roman cancel, which I never remember to do, that might have helped. Yeah, he pogos off of me twice there. I wasn't expecting him to do that twice. So yeah, like, in general, I'm not very good at dealing with zoning. And then, like, in that case, he had no concentration. I should have been more aggressive at coming after him. And now I'm trying to stick on him, but he's able to get away. I don't know what I was doing there. I also just am still in the habit of, oh, I can't burst because I'm too far away, but they made it full screen now. And he gold burst, which he probably didn't mean to do. I get it. And then I choke on the Tyrant Barrel. That would have done a fair bit more damage if I had connected, even not with the clean hit. And who knows, maybe I would have killed him, maybe I wouldn't have, but... And then sadly I missed all of those, he was ready for it, I guess. And it's over. So, not the best start to my Sin, but I think I held my own. I didn't just get zoned out in the corner the whole match, you know? So I'm proud. But that clearly is a matchup I need more knowledge on, and I'm not sure if I want to get it. So this one will be a quick one against a Chip. I hate Chip. I don't like fighting him at all. He's very fast. I don't know how to deal with his pressure. You're gonna hear me say that a lot. And like this guy just never stops hitting buttons because he doesn't have to. He can just keep going regardless of what I do. It feels like, and just continuously just mash your face against the controller. He's even got the dash macro. And like, you know, Chip has no health, but if I can't actually hit him, it doesn't really matter. So that's a decent burst on my part. I can still win this one. And this is not going to quite hit, though. I was too far away. So, again, if there's one thing I need to... Oh, this is actually pretty cool of him. So Roman cancels that, and he's able to finish me off. So that was pretty good for him. But yeah, if there's one lesson I need to drill into me, it's do not Roman cancel and then go into the air. You don't have good air combos yet with this character, if he even has any. And then he's able to just do a wall break almost immediately. That's like half my health pretty much gone. He goes for the overhead, which I was not expecting. I thought he'd go for the low, so that was good for him. And at this point, I've basically given up, so why even burst? But I do survive this. But can I avoid the perfect? No. No, I cannot. See, I hate Chip. Obviously, a big thing, I should have been using my DP more, but I keep forgetting that move exists, so who knows how that could have gone otherwise. But that's something to remember for next time. Okay, so this time around I fought a Zato for a little bit, which, you know, Zato's a character I don't see that much of. He's pretty cool. I don't mind fighting Zato, because it's an interesting learning experience. So I burst a little earlier there, at least. I also forgot to save one match from this set, too, which I'm disappointed by. But, this is still some good ones. So I'm getting some okay damage here. I gotta be mindful of his Eddie and knowing when to hit him. But he's able to get some pretty good damage off of that. Nearly kill me. And then, yeah, he does that counter. So, one thing... Again, I need to learn. I jump way too much. Strive is not much of an air game, and Sin is not much of a air character. So, and Zato has a pretty good anti-air. His 6P is pretty good, that I've noticed. You know, also that frog. So yeah, so I don't know why I'm going for the dive kick again. That's not you can jump cancel. Or air dash out of the dive kick, but like I don't think it's worth it. And he gets some really good damage off of this. And then I go for my super here. I kill Eddie, but then he BRC'd out of there, which is kind of funny. But at least he doesn't have Eddie, but he can still just anti-air me. Nothing I can really do there. So I have the means to take him out. I can get some hits, and he's very fragile. And sure enough, I actually do with the overhead and the follow-up he wasn't expecting. That's one thing, too, I have to learn, is just I can pepper in all of his different specials at different points. But I do beat Driver maybe a little too much. So, let's see. I always get flubbed up by that one, even though it has a lot of startup. Couldn't quite catch him there. And then I know he's going to do the counter, but then he cancels and puts him behind me, which I didn't know you could do. I guess I didn't block fast enough for that. I don't know how to deal with him going under like that. I don't think you can really hit him. And this is going to be the end. So that's a cool pose to end that. So yeah, I'm getting my lumps here with Zato and Eddie. Let's see how this closes out here. Okay, so we're letting the intro rock for a second, I guess. Let's see what we do here. Go for the overhead immediately. He wasn't expecting it. He bursts, which is good for him. And he once again brings Eddie out and does that crazy switcheroo on me. So, let's see. I do a gold burst, which I didn't really mean to do, but that might work out for me. We'll see. Go for a super, and sure enough, I even got to do the little follow-up afterwards, so that did a little extra damage. We, wall break into the other area. Yellow RC is very good. And then he just goes for that combo again, and then does the frog, and just puts me in the blender. I tried to jab at Eddie there, but he recalled him, so he's pretty quick about calling Eddie back. I'm noticing. I'm once again opened up by that move. I try and do the dive kick, but I had already double jumped, which was not good. So I should probably just stop using the move entirely, because it's not going to work. It's never going to work. I burst maybe a little too late. I have barely any health left now. But now he's burst, which is good. So if I can get a good hit, then I can make it hurt. And then he gets me with that, unfortunately. He's going to do that. He's got no Eddie to work off of. And he's going to do the sword. And so the issue here, I thought I could like jab Eddie and stop him short. So I learned that lesson, that he can act immediately after that super is over. But he gets me with the command grab, which you never see, so he's conditioned me to block. I remember that my DP exists. And he's got me on all sides here. I don't know how I blocked some of that. So I learned from my mistake here. I did not let that happen again. But I still got crossed up by that, I think. And then he's going to give me the command grab again. So I think he has me fully downloaded at this point, and I don't know how to deal with his pressure. And yeah, at that point it's over. So very good to learn that about Eddie, about when, learning when you can smack him. He was pretty good about recalling Eddie and not keeping him vulnerable. He was tripping me up. So that was a good Basato. I liked fighting that. So let's, I think I got one more set here, I think. So let's go through those. Okay, another soul to kind of close out our session with Sin here. So Citrus Wiz just immediately DPs. And as I'm noticing from looking back on these, this guy's a masher. He is hitting many buttons all the time. And it's working out for him so far. He's got a ton of damage on me. I can't deal with this onslaught. I don't know quite when I can, space him out. I remember Hawk Baker exists, but then he just burst me back in the corner. They'll get a throw, which is nice. And that's a very, very poor meaty setup. I don't know why I'm trying to go for that. I'm not slick enough to pull that off. And then that was supposed to be a throw, and I accidentally just did the dust. I still hit him at least. And then I'm able to, hit him out of that at least. That's a panic Tyrant Rave if I've ever seen one. I get him on the cheeky little throw. And I'm actually able to, I think, close this out. So that's a pretty decent little wall break at the end there to finish off that round. I actually did a pretty good Roman cancel for once. Just stick to the ground. Then he gets me to the corner immediately. My health is gone. I have lost half of my health in like 5 seconds. And that's a bad trade for me. I took way more damage than he did on that. I get him with the throw again. And I backed up thinking he was going to uppercut, but then he just gets me with Tyrant Ray, which is even worse for me. So I have to respect that he has multiple forms of hitting me on Wake Up. And he's just assaulting me with that far slash. It's so good. So he closes out this first round. I couldn't quite deal with the power of the far slash. Let's see if I can adapt. Okay. This is the second match. Hawk Baker immediately get an early burst from him. That's good. I'm able to catch the vortex. And you just see him advancing with those far slashes. He's mashing on that. Gets with the vortex, gets a little extra damage off of that. I burst a bit too late, but hey, it's something. And I need to learn that vortex is very punishable on block. But I'm hitting something, he's hitting me with supers anyway. I eat for some reason, which that's one thing I know not to do with Sin, because it's not really worth it. He YRCs and avoids the throw attempt, which is very good for him. And yep, just far slash, just all reliable. Gets with the uppercut. He does back off though at times. Like he doesn't just mindlessly run in and mash. It's very precise mashing. You know, it's smart. I don't know about that though, but he does hit me with that second hit somehow and still adds on some damage. And like with that Hawkbaker, he's just able to avoid that. I get the throw attempt again. Get the follow-up, get Roman cancel. I go in the air, so I'm forgetting my lessons that I should be learning. I just can't help it. I just feel like I can go in the air and do stuff. Elk Hunt from on low, he bursts out of that, so I can't do anything more. And this feels like a very panicked heavy mob cemetery, which I'm able to properly counter. I'm at least aware enough to go, okay, jump back, and I can actually land near him and counter him. Hawkbaker at the start, that's a good way to get him in the corner, but he's got me out. Throw him the other way. We're still kind of in neutral. Now he's at the corner. And he's just going to mash his way out. He's going to swing his way out. The question is whether or not I can mash better. That seems to be what's going to happen. And then I let go for some reason. I thought it wasn't going to hit me, so that was damage I didn't need to take. I'm able to swing here, so I'm able to close out that round. So that's one match for him and one match for me. So now it's for all the marbles. Okay, last one. The best of three. Who can come out on top? So he's got an early lead of damage, really smacking me around. But then he backs off. And gets with the gunflame. And I can't quite convert off of that jump slash yet, if I even can. So this is not looking great for me for a first round. I burst, probably a little late. Yeah, I can't quite pick him up from that. And then he's going nuts. You see all those quarter circles back. And he's a little too far for me to do anything there, but I at least avoid that. I will not get contented and hit by that move. I refuse. I get him with a throw, so he's not expecting that, still. But far slash conquers all, so I guess that's all he really needs to worry about. Okay. And then he actually finally learns. He finally grabs me out of that, so if I was smart, I would stop doing that. We'll see if that actually happens. Well, I dashed forward, but I did not grab. But I think I just wasn't able to because he started swinging, so that worked. Okay, Hawkbaker, remembering that move exists is good. And now he's panicking. Now he's really mashing those buttons. And hey, you got me. And I eat there, which was not a good thing to do. I did not think he was going to reach me with Vortex. Gold Burst, which was not expecting, but I'll take it. Immediately go for this. So I hit him and Roman cancel, but I didn't believe. I was just going to PRC it and didn't realize it was going to actually hit. And now he's nearly got me. So that was a very clutch trade there. So that was... I could have closed it out if I had not Roman canceled maybe and gotten more damage off of the super, but... Okay, we're gonna we know that we can punish Vortex, and we got a decent combo, but I dropped that, which was unfortunate. And hey, we get the wall break anyway. Can't quite close out with meter or anything, but we got something. And then he starts doing the Volcanic Vipers at the end here, and I don't know why. Because that just left him so vulnerable. Like, it kind of felt like he kind of just gave up at the end there. I'm not sure what that was all about. But that's the end of that, I guess. Like, for me, I was happy. I took a lot of lumps. So, I was happy with that win. I clearly have a lot of work to do on my Sin, and my Baiken too. And I would like to play other characters too. But, overall, that was actually pretty solid. I actually really enjoyed Dust and Strive off again. I know it's been a while since I've played. I kept saying I would come back, and I just never did. But yeah, this will go up pretty soon, and then later in the week we will have a Splatoon 3 Splatfest, which is the first regional Splatfest of the game, actually. So I'll be doing the greeting one because I'm in North America. I don't know if I'll do more Strive after that or not. It depends if a character gets announced anytime soon. And I still consider doing a Wonder playthrough. I kind of want to play Super Mario Bros. Wonder for the channel. But I'm still kind of wondering how I want to structure it. But I'll probably start experimenting with that soon. But I wanted to play more Strive. I might do this more often too. Just a couple more, just save a nice replay now and then and just kind of look back on it. I really wish you could rewind. And like, you can slow things down, you can pause, but like rewinding to look at a certain moment would be really nice. I know in Accent Core Plus R you can actually like insert yourself into the replay and like try out different things within that replay to like counterplay stuff, which is kind of cool, but we do not have that as of now, I don't think. So we'll see. But yeah, Strive is still a good game in 2023, and I was happy to go back to it. So that'll do for this video. I'll stop rambling. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk